Hello, everybody. This is Sharonda, and this is my YouTube channel, Spiritual Sense. With this YouTube channel, I go over various topics in dealing with occult belief system, alternative belief systems as such. This is a memoir for myself and also for my children in the event that I get it archived. Um, I also do tarot reading as well. I mentioned before that I will be going back and to do an update on previous recordings that I did for my spiritual sense, and I had began to do that on last Sunday. So I will begin um, with another topic for today that I will update from my spiritual sense. And give me just one moment. Let me see what topic I'm going to update today. Okay, so the topic that I will update today is a recording that I did probably a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, on spirit-related job fields. Okay, and what my revelation has been in correlation to what was revealed to my spirit. I also have the Holistic Health Radio on Radio King, which is music's, it's not your popular music. It may not be for everybody, but it's a style of music that you can listen to. And once I began to listen to this music, and it's been about, off and on, I have listened to alternative meditative style of music since I was in my 20s, but I've been more consistently for the last 2 years. When you get yourself in a state of total relaxation, almost like a nirvana state, and when you begin to listen to these musics, they have different frequencies. God, or whatever supreme being that may be to you, will begin to imprint a lot of higher sensibility about things and about life that you really never gave much thought to. And that is the truth. That is the truth. Things like some certain things that you really hadn't really cared about, and it will begin to present itself in your being. Okay? So I'm going to do my tarot card reading. I'm going to do 3 readings. The tarot card readings that I use, this one is my tarot card readings of choice here. If you can see, it's the A.E. Waite Tarot deck, which comprises of 92 cards within the deck. And then I have the angelic cards here. Not quite sure how many are in. It says 45. 45 are in here. And then I have my psychic oracle deck. It's the psychic tarot oracle deck. And this deck here has 65 cards in it. It also has chakra cards in here as well. So sometimes I may do a reading where it may be based on the chakra, or it may be based on something physical wise in relation to wherever that chakra is located, or I may read it a different way. It just depends on how the spirit comes within me. Okay, so before I begin, I'm going to say, Father, Supreme Being of all being, I don't know what I'm doing this reading on today, but somehow I feel like there's a reading or a message that I need to convey. Oftentimes when I do a reading, it may be a personal reading, meaning for myself and to others, or it may not be for myself. It could be for 3 others, or what have you. Or it could be on a situation, like if there's a situation that I've been wondering about, or maybe somebody that may be viewing in or will be viewing in is wondering about. Or it can be on some insight, like some spiritual insight about something that you probably never really gave much thought to. And then it will become apparent, okay, this is what that is all about. That's what that situation is about. Because oftentimes we'll find that hindsight is 2020. When we was in a situation, things was a little fuzzy, and when we're not able to understand what exactly was going on, and then it takes some time to get the full understanding as to what was transpiring. Okay, so I will begin. I use the Celtic Cross, which is a 10-card spread to do my readings. I am not a shuffler. I'm going to go ahead and pull this card because it kind of floated off there. But I'm going to say that's what I'm doing a reading about. But what I do is I take it, I scramble the cards around in a fashion, then I spread them out and I pick them out of sequence because I don't want it to appear that this reading is somehow biased or tagged or read or whatever. Okay, so I'm going to pull 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, and so let me get these. And as I mentioned, I am going to do 3 readings today. I'm going to do 1 with the AE weight, and then I'm going to proceed with 2 readings with my Psychic Tarot deck. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Okay. So card 1. And for those who are out there that may be a psychic or intuitive or psychic-like or mind reader, whatever you want to call yourself, I am new to this, but I'm not new to being intuitive or psychic or psychic-like. I'm not new to that, but I'm new to the tarot card. I do my tarot card differently than the next person may do their tarot card. That's how I do my tarot card reading. Like, I feel like it's in the mind. Now, some people take that what I just mentioned and say, yeah, you crazy, yeah, something wrong with your mind. No. It's in the mind. That means what God puts in your mind, chances are that's what it's going to be. Okay, so if you are receptive or in tune with doing your reading, He's going to put, images in relation to what you're doing the reading on. Okay. So, card 1, I'm reading, is the Chariot card. This is what I have here. It's the Chariot card. Now I know for people who are not who do not are not familiar with doing tarot readings will look at this and say, you know, the book that came with this don't mention nothing that she's talking about, so she don't know what she's talking about. Okay, and that's why I say when if it just so happened, and let me put my phone up here. If it's just so happened, and I do have a Skype as well, so in the event if somebody is interested in Skype, but anyways, that's why I said it's for entertainment purposes. Meaning, if somebody is inquiring about tarot reading and they may be interested in, well, how does tarot reading work and things like that. What the Chariot card means to me is what it's going to mean to me. Now, it does come with a booklet that has a guide with it. But as I mentioned, that is a guide. It's a guide. If I hold this up to you, you may go off of the guide and then decide, okay, or you may not. So that's why I said it's for entertainment purposes. I'm not going to necessarily say this is specifically what it is. I will tell you how I interpret the cards in relation to how I lay the cards. I'm not going to tell you what's going on because you would know what your situation is. The barrier, I have the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords card I have as a barrier. I have 3 swords and it's coming to here. The barrier. Then the heart. That's card 2. This is the barrier or the obstacle. Card 3. If you can see that card. Card 3 I have as the Four of Cups. Card 4 is the root of the issue. The Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups. Okay. What I gather from just those 4 cards, I feel like this reading is in relation to it's in relation to myself, but I also feel like it's in relation to some social economic concerns. And what I mean by that is, I don't want to offend people, but I feel like there is right now there is a feeling of spoiled and privileged that somebody wants me to get out of feelings of spoiled and privileged. I don't know if it's necessarily the youth, the children, perhaps both sides, but I feel like this reading is in relation to privilege and being spoiled. Is what I feel. To my left, I have the Devil card. I hate to seem biased. I hate to seem contradictory. I don't want nobody to feel some type of way, but I feel like God sees this in somehow both. He sees it in men, he sees it in women, he sees it in black, he sees it in white. That's what I feel. Spoiled and privileged. Believe it or not. To my right, I have the Lover's card. That's what I feel. There's a sense of spoiled and privileged that is amongst two sides. I feel like this is something that is coming from the West. I honestly do. And it's so quite funny because I had a reading the other day or a couple of weeks ago where I said it was coming from the East. But I feel like this is coming from the West as well. They on one accord. Which is centrally is the same difference. Because if you pinpoint a map, it's pretty much the same locality. Card 8 have 5 of Pentacles. I feel like they don't feel any empathy nor sympathy. And I don't want to cause any ruckus or what have you. These are my opinions, and let me state my disclaimer. I don't want nobody to come sending no threats, calls, emails, mails, or anything to me. Because just like you can have pillow talk, and granted, this is on the World Wide Web, or to be honest with you, I don't even think it's even on the World Wide Web. These are my personal opinions. Not too many people are paying attention to me, and if they are, it's because they need to hear it. Chances are. But I feel like they don't feel any empathy nor sympathy for it's 2. There's no empathy, no sympathy. And I honestly feel like this is coming from God to us in relation to man and woman. I also feel like it's on a more natural sense in relation to race. I do. It could be more or less in the sense of politics. Are you blue? Are you red? Are you purple? Or what are you? But I honestly feel like there's no empathy, no sympathy. Card 9. I have 10 of Swords card. I honestly feel like this is some of the reasonings, and it's so funny how the way it presents to me is like I think it right now I feel a sense of sickening right now. Like as I was pulling this card later, I just got a sickening sensibility. I feel like this is coming from God. Like this is God. He's sickening of it. He's sickened with it. Like he's tired of it. Wheel of Fortune, the outcome. It says Wheel of Fortune. So before I begin, I'm going to pull the first top 3 cards after I do my shuffle to get more clarity. I honestly feel like God feels, and when I say God, I mean just in a spiritual sense. He feels sickened by it. I do. 1, 2, and 3. Relationship harmony outdoors. Chakra clearing. So it says relationship harmony. Archangel Raguel. We angels are opening the hearts of everyone involved. Arguments and conflicts are being resolved now. So I think that is what we're picking up in these relationships. A lot of the relationships, and do bear with me, as I mentioned, I am no expert. I am not a relationship therapist or whatever. These are my opinions, okay? But I think that a lot of people are feeling that sensibility of the wrath or the judgment of God by way of the energies that we permeate or the energies that we are picking up. Particularly if you are sensitive to that. If you are sensitive and you are able to engage in it. I have outdoors. Archangel Jophiel. Go outdoors, get some fresh air, and connect with nature to relieve stress and gain new creative ideas. So, you know, in terms of that, I feel like this is why a lot of that energy is permeating out, because the distancing of each other, the distancing, this the social distancing, where it be by personality conflict, health related wise, or financial wise, but I feel like this is what a lot of that energy is boiling from. So in the midst of that, we have what? The chakra cleaning or clearing. Chakra clearing. Archangel Metatron or Metatron. Call upon me to clear and open your chakras using sacred geometric shapes. So once you begin to get that higher sensibility, he will reveal things to you, and you will begin to decipher language. Like he would encode it into where you will see how these different languages and all these different dialects and shapes and colors and all of that, you will formulate your own language with him. And you will see why they did this as such. And you will begin to understand why this is this way and why that is that way. Okay, so that is it for that reading. And as I mentioned, when I do my readings, I will pull those off to the side. So I think that reading was kind of like a generalized reading on a situation. I'm going to proceed with 2 more readings with my Psychic Tarot deck. And I do have the Skype. And before I begin with my readings, I want to make sure that my cards are right. Because oftentimes they get scrambled up, and I have to end up doing the reading. And sometimes it may be you know, because of how my mindset is with, you know, how I do the cards, it's intended to be as such. But today, I got the notion to just go ahead and make sure the cards are all right. Okay, so now, so this is my second reading, the Psychic Tarot deck. Okay, I'm going to begin. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so this reading today, this second reading, I have movement, choices, and decisions as what the reading is about. What's crossing over there has suffering in silence. I think this is in relation to what's going on with the COVID. The issue is the suffering in silence. Movement, choices, and decisions are, we all know that, you know, by way of this vaccination, the COVID and everything going on with that. Above that, have victory and success. Above that, the root of the issue, firm foundation, is what I have. So I feel like they're having, I feel like, in terms of this COVID, and I think a lot of people may be feeling that same way. I think they're having issues with people wanting to participate in this vaccination, and particularly in the studies of if the vaccination works. I think a lot of people are concerned that perhaps, you know, it's not going to be effective. And with this being said, I feel like a lot of people have taken on a movement, like a spiritual movement, to where we need to see things how it truly is, or at least attempt to. So we have positive movement forward. So I think a lot of people are trying to take on a lot of positivity in their life, you know, incorporating more spiritual awareness or in enlightenment, because a lot of people are scratching their heads like the things they thought they knew, kind of find out they don't. And a lot of people are literally eating their words, so to speak. So for card 9, I have what? Deception and envy. Now, mind you, card 9 is hopes, fears, and dreams. I think a lot of people feel that they're being deceptive, that there's a lot of deception that's going on. I feel like a lot of people are envious, meaning, the ones who are contained to um, forefront of this vaccination, there's a lot of competition. That's what I'm getting at in terms of who own the rights to it. Because whoever, if it takes off, they're going to be some billionaires out there, some money to be made. Because some people are going to be sold. And I have the outcome here, trapped in fear, because I feel like a lot of people are in fear. And it's like they have signed up for this. And this in turn is what's going to happen. Take it or leave it. It tells me to take one from the top, one from the bottom to get more clarity on this outcome. Victory. It says, Archangel Sandalphon, your prayers have been heard and answered. Have faith. So he's letting me know that we have to be on one accord. That means with him. Because we're going to have a lot of deception out here. As a matter of fact, we have a lot of deception out here. It says, clear your space, Archangel Jophiel. Get rid of clutter, clear the energy around you, and use feng shui. Now, of course, by me having my spiritual sense channel, a lot of things he puts into my psyche as I read these cards. Of course, I'm not going to sit here and indulge everything that he puts on the inside of me. I'm not. Do I feel like the outcome is going to be favorable? I feel like it's going to be favorable for me and my family. But I don't feel like it's going to be favorable for everybody. And that's not a threat. That's not a code or throwing cues or what have you. I feel like it's not going to be favorable for everybody. That's life as such. This is not a threat at all. It's not. Okay, so we want to proceed with the last reading for today. The last reading for today, and then I'm going to close out and I will proceed with an update of a spiritual sense that I did in the past on spirit-related job fairs and what my inclination has come into my being in relation to that. So stay tuned for that. Okay. Now, although this is the Spiritual Sense YouTube channel, I don't have any subscribers for this channel, but I also would like people to know on my other channel, I have video, webinars or whatever of podcasts off of my Spreaker Studio, where I have health matters where I go over health related concerns. I pull information off of different websites in relation to your more chronic care diseases and ailments. I also have the podcast Holistic Health, where I go over natural remedies that a lot of people don't have forgot about and thrown to the wayside. And I think a lot of people don't want people to go off into natural remedies, because then they'll start messing with that, So you have Holistic Health, Health Matters, and then I also have Talk Radio, where I just condense, different topics in a radio style of settings, okay? Okay, so for my final reading, I'm going to go ahead and pull my cards. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then we have 10. Okie dokie. So I am going to spread my cards. But as I was mentioning earlier, if you begin to get off in tarot card reading, I know me holding up these cards, you probably saying she ain't doing it but making it up. I promise to God. I don't know. You know what? I don't play regular cards like spades and stuff. I wonder if the same can apply if you hold up spade cards or whatever. But I kid you not. Once you start getting into the tarot card reading, and you permanent your energies and stuff into those reading, he would start. You ask your spirit guide, you ask your supreme being, he'll start imprinting a lot of information into your being. That's not make believe. That is the truth. Okay, so right now, card 1, I have temptation. I have temptation card. That's card 1. Right now, I have the barrier or the obstacle is throat chakra. Above that, I have what? Fertility. Fertility. And card 4, I have sacrifice. Another sacrifice card. To my left, I have new beginnings. To my right, I have foundation and achievements card. Okay, so somehow I feel like this reading is in relation to a previous experience in my past. So I feel like this is a personal reading. Also, I feel like this is a reading could be for someone else as well. I feel like it's in relation to a situation or a relationship that someone is in. And the person does not want you to let anybody know about this relationship. That's what I feel. That's what I feel. So this relationship, I feel, this reading, I feel, is for someone who is in a relationship, perhaps with somebody that is in a status, like a public figure, or somebody that is well known, like somebody that is quote unquote esteemed, or it could very well be a marriage, like someone that's in a relationship with somebody that is married. So I feel like I'm speaking to somebody right now that is in a relationship with someone who is married and who does not desire for people to know that you exist. I also feel like this is what has weighed on your heart. Like I feel like this is something that has weighed on your heart because this person denies me. This person does not want anything to do with me. That's what I feel. Something is letting me know that this was a relationship that happened, perhaps, with a dating site. Could it be Facebook? By way of Facebook? By way of one of these dating sites? This person that I'm speaking about, it just came in my spirit. This is a man. This is different. This is a man that feels this way. This is the opposite. That's what it just came in my spirit. This is the opposite. This is a man who is in a relationship or was in a relationship with a woman who does not desire for it to be known. Perhaps this man is in a relationship with a woman who is either married or she's some type of public figure, somebody that's quote unquote esteemed. He desires this woman. This woman does not desire to be with him. And it could go for a man and a woman, because this could go back to my first reading. The outcome is recognition and reward. I feel like this person does not want to be recognized. Like this person don't want nobody to know what is going on with this situation. That person don't want nobody to know. That's what I feel. Like this person does not want no one to know what that situation is. That's what I feel. Like this person feels I feel like I'm talking to a man and a woman somehow. I feel like I'm talking to a man and a woman. I feel like this woman has been threatened, to be honest with you, by this man. I feel like it's a woman that it was in a relationship with a man that threatened her and blackballed her to keep her from speaking and telling anybody. And I feel like this same thing happened and occurred with a man right now. I honestly feel this way. Like, no one needs to know this. I don't want anybody to know this. But the whole while, it was a setup. It was a front, is what I'm getting you to see. So oftentimes you got that, and I don't want to bring confusion to people. You will oftentimes find that people will come into your space just to gather information to tote. So you thought it was all about this, and little did you know it was not. They simply used you as a method to the madness. Whatever was occurring around the scenes is what that was. So it tells me. So I got one here, divine order. It says it's divine order. I got divine order here. Archangel Raguel. Everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past the illusion and see underlying order. You're going to realize that many times snakes will come your way just to gather information and tote it somewhere else. You don't know what payroll many people are on. Clairaudience, Archangel Zachiel. Notice the loving guidance you hear inside your mind or from other people. So take this message that I'm relaying to you as such. Moon cycles. Archangel Haniel. Notice how the moon affects your energy and manifestations and capitalize upon these cycles. Notice how you feel when they're away versus when they're there. Notice the things that occur around you when the person leaves versus when the person is there. So oftentimes we are shielded from, we get confused and we get, captivated in the physicality of it all, but we're not paying attention to the energies that presents itself when these persons come in and when these persons exit. Pay attention to that. Okay, so I'd like to thank you, and this is it for my tarot card reading for today. For those who are out there, may be interested in doing some a Skype where I can present these cards to you, and then you come up with your own synopsis of it. I can kind of guide you through your own reading. I can only tell you how I interpret it. Now, in the event if you are wanting to indulge your own personal, what comes to your mind, I can kind of guide you as to what it may be, but ultimately, that's up to you. Okay? So thank you for tuning in. Have a safe and wonderful day.